What up, family? This is Ty from the No Picks Podcast.
This is Joe checking in. What's good, family?
Yeah, so today we're going to react to a very extreme political hot button right now, which is illegal immigration. Right. So basically, um, sanctuary cities like New York City, Chicago, etc., are taking issue with the fact that non-sanctuary cities like non-sanctuary areas like the border states are they're what they're doing is they're shipping people from in buses and planes, etc., to those sanctuary cities, because they're like, hey, you know what, the border states, which are being overrun by illegal immigration, they're like, listen, since you guys think it's no big deal, for to have illegal immigration, we're gonna take these people, put
And
them on
send them to
buses,
you.
and send them to y'all.
That's wow. All right, all
It's
right.
wild, right?
Let's watch the clip.
So
That's
let's watch the clip and then
crazy.
we'll react to it.
All right, all right, all right. Here we go. Oh, all right. It's gonna be a good one. All right.
We turned this city around in 20 months. And then what happened? Started with a madman down in Texas, decided he wanted to bus people up to New York City. 110,000 migrants. We have to feed, clothe, house, educate the children, wash their laundry sheets, give them everything they need, health care. And this team here, we stated, let's do everything possible before we have to push it out into neighborhoods and communities. Month after month, I stood up and I said, this is going to come to a neighborhood near you. Well, we're here. We're here. We're getting no support on this national crisis, and we're receiving no support. And let me tell you something, New Yorkers. Never in my life have I had a problem that I did not see an ending to. I don't see an ending to this. I don't see an ending to this. This issue will destroy New York City. Destroy New York City. We're getting 10,000
Bruh, he said it will destroy New York City. So basically, the people who are having issues or problems with people with immigrants and people trying to cross the border, they took all the people who were trying to get asylum, put them on a bus, and send them to New York.
Yeah.
And
Well,
that's what they've
not
just
just
been
New York,
doing
but they sent them to New York,
to the
Chicago.
asylum, all the asylum cities in the
Yeah,
country.
yeah.
Damn,
Oh,
bro. Well,
they call them sanctuary cities. That's what they call them.
yeah, sanctuary cities. So, like, I mean, I'm curious, bro. Like, how do you feel about what this Mayor Adams is saying?
I think it's hilarious. Right? I think it's hilarious because, all right, like, listen, I'm not a huge political dude, right? But like, listen,
Yeah,
party wise, let me just throw that out there. I'm a Democrat, right? I've been a Democrat, been like, this is just what I've known and what I've always voted, right, my whole life, right? I'm having questions now, right, because there are some logical issues that I'm kind of coming into, grappling
yeah.
with, right? But all right, it's easy to say, hey, illegal immigration is cool. Everybody should come here. There's no big deal when it doesn't affect you, right?
Right.
So the border states it affects, right? What? What? Texas.
Texas,
Arizona gets a lot of
Arizona,
illegal immigration.
Cali.
Cali, like those states, they get a lot of illegal immigration, right? But like, so it's easy, from Chicago and New York to be like, you know what, illegal immigration, what's the big deal? Like, we all should come here with land of the free, milk and
Right.
honey, blah blah blah. Everything is cool. Let's live it up. But when those same people, those governors of those states start shipping motherfuckers to you, y'all start sharing a burden. And now y'all motherfuckers are starting to cry and bitch
That's
about,
crazy.
right? Y'all started crying and bitch about the enormous strain that illegal immigration has on your economy, right?
Mhm.
Where before, you could get up on your high horse and be like, yo, how dare you, reject people from, the land of, America, the land of the free
Right.
gold on the goddamn top of the hill,
Bring us
whatever
your
the phrase
poor,
is,
bring
right?
us your weak, bring us your all this stuff.
Right. It's
Everybody's
easy
welcome.
for y'all to say that shit when it doesn't affect you directly, but when it affects you directly, it's a different conversation. It's like, oh wait, you know what?
Yeah.
This motherfucker talking about it'll ruin New York. It'll like it'll ruin New York.
Oh, it's yeah, it's funny, right? To think that these sanctuary cities were all for it, and then once they start getting them, they're just like, whoa, 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 what's going on? And then it's like,
Right,
without support from the government, without support from anybody, it's like, well, bro, like you welcome them, so like, what's up? Accommodate them,
right,
like, damn, that's crazy. And it's interesting because I'm not the expert on like immigration and policy and how it's affecting our country. Like I know bits and pieces about it, but my initial reaction to hearing this and like just everything in context is like, okay, like we as a country now with the high inflation, the high cost of living, especially
right,
in New York, the cost of living in New York has skyrocketed all
right,
over New York. And I'm thinking there are regular American citizens, probably New York residents who are already struggling just to get by, who are living
right,
in that one bedroom for 12, $1,300 a month for to live in a closet. And it's like all these resources are giving to these people who are coming here seeking asylum, but it's like I would much rather all that go to the people, American citizens who need it first. That is my first reaction. Like, why are we denying Americans? He said 150,000 migrants, seeking
right,
asylum. Like, there are probably 150 New York citizens who could benefit from some of the resources that are going to these people, right?
right,
So, of course, I'm like, we got to take care of our own first before we can go branch out. You know what I mean? We got to put our mask on before we can, help. It's a metaphor. When you're on a plane, you got to put your
yeah,
mask on first,
yeah,
make sure you're good, so you can take care of the person next to you. But my whole thing is like, we don't have a mask right now. We about to fucking suffocate. We're struggling.
right,
Like the cost of living. Like that's my initial reaction, which is like, why are
right,
they getting the resources? But I felt the same way about all the money going to Ukraine. Because I'm
right,
like, yo, we are sending billions, not to mix up the issues, but like I'm just saying sending resources to other people who are not American citizens when we need it the most. That's
right,
that's my initial reaction, bro.
yeah. No, I listen. I I think it's hilarious, right? Like I think I
Republicans
think
are
it's
laughing. You know they're laughing
Republicans
at
think
this
it's
shit.
the funniest thing, bro. Because it's like, bro, like y'all condemned Republicans for years of being like, oh, y'all xenophobic, right? Like
Right.
y'all bigots. Y'all just hate Hispanics. Y'all hate like people who don't look like y'all.
Mhm.
And like now the Democrats are saying the same shit. And it's like now it's like y'all want everybody to understand y'all. Y'all want people to like sympathize with y'all.
Right.
It's easy to be a sanctuary city or a state or whatever when you're not the one that the sanctuary is sought in, right?
Right.
If the
When you're not at
sanctuary
the
is sought
border.
in a different place, then you can stand on your high horse and be like, yo, because you don't really have a dog in a fight, right? Like you're just morally, like holding up your flag and being like, hey, you know what? Everyone is welcome here. But like the
Right.
people who actually are suffering from this shit, when they start sending the motherfuckers to you, it's a different story. It's like now, the mayor of New York is like begging, Biden, President Biden to like give him billions of dollars. Could be like, you know what? It's unsustainable. But when the border states were saying the same shit, nobody gave a fuck. Everybody just called them racist.
Yeah. Yeah. Damn, bruh. I'm so curious, and I really want our audience to get active. Like, please, I'm so curious. Like, if there are people who are living in New York and are living in these neighborhoods or these, like, that are getting this influx of migrants seeking asylum, I'm just so curious to see, like, how does it look? Is this going to be the destruction of NYC? Like, is it really causing so much of a burden that it's going to really start affecting the everyday lives of New York citizens? Like, I'm genuinely curious about that because if it is, this could set a precedent. Like, this could
Right,
be a testament to all the places who were like are like either seeking like sanctuary cities or open to it, but like when all the people who are by the border have been telling y'all for years, like, yo, we're trying to control this shit. We need help.
right,
It's not a game right now. Y'all not here. Y'all don't know what it's like.
right,
You're not turning them down. You're not sending them back. You're not catching the ones who get across
yeah,
illegally. Like that's not. Y'all don't have to worry about that.
right.
Um, damn, bruh. I
Yeah,
didn't know
it's
that.
rough.
I gotta look more into this issue because
Yeah,
this
yeah,
definitely sparked my curiosity about you know the migrants being sent up to New York.
right.
But yeah, but my first reaction will always be like, we need these resources.
They
Help
gotta
America.
like there's another. there's other information, right, that we could also address, right? The In Massachusetts, the people, like the governor and shit there is asking for people to like um, house people in their home, and they'll pay them.
Wow, like
Yo,
asylum, like migrants, like seeking
yep,
asylum.
migrants, the people, these same migrants, house them in your home with your kids and your wife and your fucking dog and your
That's
cat,
not sustainable, bro.
bruh. But and
That's not
they're
sustainable.
offering to pay Americans, in order to do that, and
That's not
it's
sustainable.
it's pretty wild, bro. But I mean, like we can go into this deeper, but like let's leave this into for another installment. Listen, guys, this is No Picks podcast. Like, subscribe,
Comment,
share, comment. Listen,
please.
we're more than welcome to engage, and we're interested in you guys' perspective. You guys obviously just heard our perspective. Let's hear
Yeah.
your perspective. Let's move forward. Let's have you know uncomfortable conversations. That's what the aim is in the No Picks podcast.
Yes, sir.
So no picks. We're not taking no sides. What makes sense. What doesn't make sense, right? So we could end it here, but like I said, like, subscribe,
Yeah.
comment, and we'll definitely engage with you guys. All right,
Thanks for the clip. Y'all take it easy. Signing out. It's Joe.
it's time.